Me and the angel here. And let's see if we can turn our lights on. There we go. Just wanted to see how the storm's going for you all. And we're just going to hang out. So I'll wait till a few of you show up. I said that I'd pop in and make sure you're all okay and that you're not going stir crazy. There you are. I just jumped on to just check in on the storm and see how you're all faring. Are you doing all right? And we can talk about whatever we want. It's, I think we're having moments of whiteout. The plows are going, but I think it's, oh no, it's blowing. There's a lot of snow out there. And there's at least 24 hours left to the storm. So just checking in. Oh, 12 inches in Hartford, Mary's saying. I don't think we have that much just yet. I don't think that you're right on the coast, but the coast generally gets less. Not always, but generally. Grab a drink, make some hot cocoa, have a fake beer like I like to drink, and we're weathering the storm together. Tell your friends to join us. It's just a party. Oh, my thing fell down. Hang on. It's just a party. We can talk about whatever you want. We can keep it light. We can make it a little heavy. I'm kind of relying on what you guys want to talk about. I know that things are insane in this country, and we'll get through it. We will get through it. We'll get through the storm. We'll get through the storm in America, and we'll get through the winter storms, and we're gonna find each other along the way. So here I am finding you. It's been blowing pretty hard. It is pretty steady snow. Tell me where you guys are chiming in from. And I'll answer some psychic questions. Let's see, since we're here, right? Let me tune in. Let me ask the guides what they want me to talk about. Oklahoma, are you guys getting snow? I know it's nationwide. And guess what? It's not as bad in South Carolina or North Carolina. I mean, from earlier this morning, I saw a video. The monks are still walking. The monks are still walking. And I was really inspired by that. I just think that's great. I'm sure that they're getting shelter along the way and people are feeding them. I'm sure people are making them hot tea. And yeah, 10 inches of snow. Yeah, that's a lot. We're supposed to get up to 18. So that's inspiring. Church was inspiring today. 8 inches in central Pennsylvania. Dayton, Ohio, you got almost... I need to put my glasses on. Dayton, Ohio, you got slammed, 14 inches and still snowing. I don't know about you guys, but it's supposed to keep snowing until tomorrow night. Yeah, we're snowbound. I'm not going anywhere. I mean, I could go walk up the street and see my mom, but I really don't feel like it. Snow is just starting in Maine? Oh, really? Wow, are you way up north? What we call down Maine, even though it's up. You're in your jammies till Wednesday. Hey, not a bad idea. I was just, I haven't finished yet, but I was just making a new recipe. I found a new recipe in a magazine for chipotle meatballs, vegetarian style. I think they're going to come out really good. Let me get a little bit closer. So it looks like the general ballpark amounts are like around a foot right now, all over the place. So tell me what you're doing to occupy yourselves. I'm making a new recipe. I'll get back to it after this. Let's see. I made some pumpkin bread the other day that was to die for, but it wasn't snowing then. Did any of you show up at church today? It's good. Great sermon, as usual. Let's talk to the guides and see what they want us to talk about. Let me read you a rune card about the general state of things. Oh, they just fell all out of my hand. Let's see. Let's read a rune card about the general state of things. We have Wunyo. You listed postcards on eBay. Do you sell postcards? Cool. Oh, this is so interesting. So I'm pulling a rune card, and it says this. It's uncanny, I'm telling you. It stands for Wuyo. It stands for wishes, perfection, joy, which is the topic of my sermon today. Joy, bliss, harmony, celebration, community, alliances, and true will. So check this out. You have 21,000 listings of postcards? You had a horrible morning. You were trying to talk to a MAGA son. Why did you put yourself through that? I need to counsel you through that for a second. All right, before I read this. Jay Fortin. Do not try to talk to anybody that's in MAGA and about being in MAGA. I mean, and I have homework for you. Go listen to Stephen Hassan, who wrote The Cult of Trump. You say it ruined your morning, right? It ruined your morning. I don't think that you understand. I can tell that you don't understand. It's not your fault. It's just that you haven't been given the information about cult mind control. So that will help you. Don't bring it up with him. It doesn't help anybody, right? So this says, fan the flames of joy amidst the ice and melt away all that stands between your fear and your truth. Understand that there is a time for all things and for the ebbs and flows. You're a mother trying, but you're done. Yeah, you be done. Just let him know that you're there for him when he's done. That's the best policy. Understand that there is a time for all things and for the ebbs and flows, yet never forget the connections that fuel you, the hearts that nourish you, the songs and sirens that propel you. Hold these flickers of light in the highest regard, and your truth will always be near. That's like, this card is like my sermon today in a nutshell. Honestly, that's exactly what it was about. The tarot cards associated with Wunyo are the Sun, the Three of Cups, and the Six of Wands. All three of those indicate like kind of celebration and enlightenment. So here's your affirmation. I'll say it in the plural. Joy is our blood right, illuminating the dark recesses with the exaltation of our higher consciousness, our true will. Embodying that light, we allow our inner chalice to overflow, spilling out and invigorating this celebration we call life. So there's a little wisdom for you. I think that it's okay to touch upon what's going on just to give you a little bit of encouragement. And like I just gave our viewer here some advice about MAGA, just so you know that it's losing its power, it's losing its grip on this country, even though you might not see evidence of that with your son. It is losing its grip. There's no way that it can't be losing its grip because everybody's in the path of what they could do, right? And I just want to say that just like today in the message at Church of Spirituality, it's so important that we kind of stockpile the good things. It reminded me of, like, I played piano for funerals for like 11 years. And it just reminds me of what gets us through times that are difficult. I've listened to really hundreds of eulogies. And it helps people to remember what's good, right? So I'm not talking about death right now, but I'm just using that as an example. Like, when people give eulogies, if they're good eulogies, they talk about all the good memories, all the good times. So during these times of difficulty, we have to think about the good times, the things we're grateful for, the, if you can't think of something joyful, create something joyful, right? We're winning this fight. We're definitely, thank you for saying that. Energetically, we are winning this fight. And there are souls that will be sacrificed, and we can't understand that. In a very general way, I just want to say, we can't understand why that happened, and from a spiritual perspective. And we have to kind of just go with, we can't understand, and we mourn, and we grieve, and we are furious, and we are rageful, and we are more angry, so angry we can't see straight, and the injustice, and we just have to keep remembering, this country knows what it is to be free, and I'll be damned if they take our freedom away. If they think they can, they're going to lose. It's too ingrained in our psyche, in our collective psyche. So we have got to remain strong, and I really do think that we find our strength. We find strength that we didn't have any idea that we had. We do. And I've mentioned before Sebastian Junger, who wrote The Perfect Storm, which is a book about this area, like, that I live in. Very tragic story. He also wrote a book called Tribe, Tribe. Maybe it's a good time, if you've got time, to read that book. It's not a long book. But what stuck with me from Sebastian Junger's book called Tribe is he spoke about, I'll just give you the gist of it, that throughout history, societies have always done amazing things during times of incredible stress, incredible challenges. And that we find when we have to come together to accomplish things, we find like this almost indomitable spirit. We find this incredible strength that especially collectively, when we come together, there's, like I've been saying, we can move mountains. But we don't know we have that until we're in a massive, huge challenge. And he even said in his book, Tribe, that they had interviewed soldiers that came back from war times, like Afghanistan and Iraq, who fell into this huge depression. And what they actually said that they craved was being with their troops in the war. Because there was such a strong sense of collective purpose and camaraderie. Whatever you think of those wars, there's just a strong sense of, we know what we're doing, we're in this together, and we're working together as a team. So let's not underestimate how powerful that is, and in a certain way, how contagious that is. In a certain way, how, wow, look at all those people, like all those people in Minnesota getting together, like they did. Hey, we're just having a party. It happened in Vietnam as well. Yeah, the people came back, the soldiers came back, and they fell into really hard times, really big depression. They came back to a country that didn't appreciate what they had done, and they wanted to be back in war. So what's going on in Minneapolis, like the day before, I think it's interesting and disturbing as all hell, that whenever something really powerful happens and it's palpable, you can't deny it, with the people rising up, this evil regime has to do something really horrible. And even though I'm not really calling this, I'll pull some cards, but even though I'm not calling this like my new name, the psychic reporter per se, like I'm not going to do readings the whole time today because this is like a storm check-in. I do see that what happened yesterday, the execution of one of our own, another execution of one of our own yesterday, I really do kind of remote view, and I see that, and this is my psychic impression, I'm entitled to that. I see this energy of let's get one today. Let's get one. It's very disturbing. It's extremely disturbing. But it's not going to stand because the people in Minneapolis, the people in Minnesota, the people all over the I meant to say country, but world is what wants to come out of my mouth. The people all over the world are not going to stand. They're not going to stand for this. There's no way. So it's actually backfiring on the liars and the perpetrators of evil. It's backfiring in the sense that, okay, you took another one of ours. Just you wait, right? Just you wait. We are not going away. We're actually doubling down in our commitment to make sure that justice is served, that the ICE gets abolished, and all of it. So, shall I pull some cards since we're here? And then I won't do a video later and upload it unless something happens. Shall I pull some cards? Okay, I will. Okay. I just pulled a rune card. That was really appropriate. That lined right up with the messages that I'm receiving today. Let's read on Christy. I'm on a main street, so you're gonna hear plows going by quite loudly. They seem to be parking across the street too when they take a break. So let's read on actually, I need the ugly cards for her. Let's read some ugly cards for Christy. I did see a short clip of Puppy Killer. Puppy Killer and indirectly People Killer. You know what? I'm not worried about what I say. She's defending the executioners. So indirectly, she's also a people killer. What's her fate? And that's a fact. That's a verifiable fact. She's defending the killers. The law. I'm reading on Christy. The law. The fool. That would be her. The King of Wands. The rule of law is going to come after her, and I don't know when, but the rule of law is going to come after her. This is the rule of law. What I pick up on about this is the law enforcement in Minneapolis. So you know what I want to read on next? It's so interesting to me that, you know, for months now we've been going, oh no, he's gonna declare martial law. Oh no, he's gonna invoke the Insurrection Act. You know, how long have we been doing that, right? How long have we been doing that number? In the face of what we're facing right now, to me, that's not even intimidating, right? Oh, we're gonna call in our military for the Insurrection Act? After what we've seen with ICE, really, I mean, that intimidation is not really working. And the other thing is, a lot of his whole shtick, Dumpy's whole shtick, a lot of it is like, okay, we've seen that show before. Okay, we've seen that, like that depiction of the way that he operates. Let me see if I can find it on my phone. I already have my glasses on. Let me see if I can find it on my phone. That Midas touch shows. Oh, this is in case you're wondering, this is what a domestic terrorist looks like. Have you seen that? It's amazing. The whole, what we've seen before is that Dumpy says something, he creates a problem. I don't think I saved it. He creates a problem. Then he has to address the problem, and then he goes in and he makes a huge mess, and then he goes in and he goes, "Oh, I know, I have the solution to the problem," and he kind of makes the thing go away, and then he gets to act like he's a hero. We've seen that before. And threatening the Insurrection Act, we've heard that before. And at this point, are we afraid of our own military? Or are we afraid of ICE? So a lot of what he's doing, despite the seriousness of everything that we're going through, a lot of what he's doing is not, it's just not really, we can't take it seriously anymore. So I know that this past couple of weeks we've been asking about, are they really going to fund ICE? Yeah, do you get my point? Yeah, are they really going to fund ICE? What the hell are they thinking, right? Are they really going to okay more funding in the budget for ICE? Let's see. Is ICE going to get more? Now, mind you, I think it's the third largest military police budget. I mean, I think it's the third largest in the world, right? And in the face of what they're doing, they're killing American citizens. Is our Congress really going to let this continue? Oh, they have way too much money. Are they going to fund ICE further? In the face of what's happening, are they going to fund ICE further? I can't believe my pendulum's giving me the runaround on that, because it should be a clear no. So let's read on that. I really need to do a little bit of a dive into that topic. Hello, we're having a storm party. See the see the snow going by? It's kind of an informal, live, kind of, no longer PNN. I don't want to align with anything that sounds like CNN anymore. It was okay when I started, but it got worse and worse with them. So the Psychic Reporter. This is kind of a show. Okay, so 3 cards about funding ICE. Same view of the snow in New Hampshire? Yeah, we're in the same area. Okay, well, this is, okay, about funding ICE. You're settled in, you work at a hospital, good for you. You'd stay in there. Good idea. The 7 of Cups, I can't believe how many times I've been getting this card lately, the past few weeks, really. The 7 of Cups keeps coming in. The 8 of Cups. What I'm asking about is, are they going to continue to fund ICE? Gaslight. Really sad about mistakes in the past. the Emperor, we know who that is. Let me pull a few more cards about this. I'm asking about if they're going to continue to fund ICE. And those 3 cards are telling me massive pressure is on them to continue. Let's see what they're going to do with that. Actually, I'm going to reshuffle all the cards. Good Lord. Hey, tell your friends that are snowbound to come join us. It's a bit spontaneous, but I did tell you that I was going to jump on and have a little snow day check-in tomorrow, too. Those cards were concerning. All right, let's see. So I had the 8 of Cups, the Emperor, and the 7 of Cups. So the 8 of Cups is sorrow about what's happened in the past. The 7 of Cups is a gaslighting card, continuing to be gaslit. And the Emperor is dumpy. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, we're checking in to make sure everyone's okay in the storm. We're just hanging out. It's like you're in my studio and we're all just hanging out. So more about whether they're going to if the funding's going to continue for ICE. I mean, it's when I look at the budget, it's like, it's just a mess. I would say that this is a no, because I have the Star and the Ace of Pentacles. It becomes crystal clear. It becomes crystal clear. No, Congress hasn't been working for the people, and I didn't mean to start a new Substack article, but I haven't finished it yet, but my next Substack article is about that. I forgot what I have for the title. The 4 of Swords. All right, well, this is interesting, because I'm asking about, are they going to continue to fund ICE? And the first 3 cards I got were disconcerting. So I pulled 3 more cards. And these cards are saying something's going to shift this, and it looks like I keep on getting the 4 of Swords too. Hello, Moonstone Girl. I keep getting this card too. And so the 7 of Cups and this card. And this is about it being revealed that Dumpy is really very sick, and it being revealed that we've been gaslit into thinking like he was a president, but he's a Russian asset. And it just feels like when things shift, and I'll ask the pendulum, things around funding ICE shift. So, does anyone know when they're supposed to vote on the budget? I know there's another government shutdown looming. It boggles my brain. Here we are in the midst of like a blizzard, and we have Kristi Noem in charge of FEMA. Yeah, things are going to shift. Is ICE, I'm going to ask again, is ICE going to receive more funding? I have a no. You've got 4 to 6 inches of snow in Maryland? Power is fine, but just cold. I don't get that ICE is going to receive more funding. Okay, well, let's ask this. Is funding going to be cut for ICE? And they're supposed to vote on... No FEMA for you. Oh my gosh, it's not funny. I shouldn't laugh. Federal government budget, continuing resolution, right, expires January 30th, midnight. So that's Friday. Let's read on that, shall we? If you have any questions, you can throw them up there. It's a snow day party. Feel free. Just hanging out. I was making my... the new recipe I'm testing out for vegetarian chipotle meatballs, and I'll go back to that later. No FEMA for you. I'm kind of paying attention. I haven't done many live streams. Ice, yeah, roads are freezing, no power loss, that's good. Yeah, losing the power would be awful. We have to pray for the people in the detention centers. This is we have to pray for them anyway, but I know it's hard to think about. It's we have to find ways to cope and to pray our heads off. So I'm going to read more on the budget. The continuing resolution expires on Friday, and then they vote on Friday. Something like that. It's hard to keep track of. The bottom line is this this MAGA Congress hates us. Central Oklahoma is 6 inches deep. I'm surprised it's not more. No hamburgers either. SNL. No FEMA for you. That's Seinfeld. No soup for you. All right, we're going to have another government shutdown. Are you saying that because you're predicting that we're going to have another government shutdown, or you've heard that? As far as the continuing resolution, here it is. Oh my God, it's exhausting. The MAGAs in Congress hate us. They hate the American people. They hate America. They're under the direction of somebody who is an enemy, who's a Russian asset, who works for the enemy, who hates America. Donald effing Trump. Sorry. Trying to be careful. I don't know why. Hates us. And he wouldn't have had any success in his life, and his father wouldn't have had any success in his life, likely, if they hadn't, immigrated, believe it or not. I think his mother was an immigrant. Thank you. Thanks for your $5 donation. I appreciate it. Right? I mean, like, this country was very good to him. He scammed the hell out of it, but this country's been very good to him. He wouldn't have the wealth that he has, not that that makes him successful, but if it weren't for that he was in America, right? Anyway, back to the continuing resolution. This is exhausting. I actually see the votes for the budget being, this is like a kind of like a tie. Yeah, they should be in session all week and possibly over the weekend. I would say that this card indicates they'll be there over the weekend, and they're going to be exhausted. But the Six of Rods says something will get accomplished, and it feels like one of the somethings that get accomplished are the MAGAs not getting what they want. Yes, the snowstorm. It is. It's 40 states. Yeah, the snowstorm extends for 2,300 miles. Oh, the exact number of miles the monks have been walking to Washington, D.C. Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. Did you see video of them walking today? I was like, man, that's a level of commitment you don't see in many people. What storm in Washington, D.C.? I would think that the monks, like, I was looking at the weather where they were in South Carolina. I think that's where they were this morning. I'm just seeing videos of people are making when they're watching them or walking behind them. And it wasn't terrible. Yeah, they're amazing. It wasn't like this. It wasn't blowing a gale and, snow drifts and all that. But still. The weather in D.C. When are they supposed to arrive in D.C.? They left Raleigh today. Okay. All right. I'm going to read on. I want to know more about what's going to happen with the budget for ICE. So it doesn't look like they're going to get additional funding. I want to reiterate something too. Don't watch the video of the murder. Do not. I can't believe people are watching that. And I also couldn't believe that people were watching the George Floyd video over and over. It's not a judgment. It's just like, I just don't understand how people can emotionally absorb that. The monks are from Tibet. I know. People are worried about, oh, it's going to be cold. And I'm like, Have you seen videos of the monks meditating in the Himalayas? Not these guys per se, but in like frigid cold in the mountains, in the snow, meditating, and there's like a puddle forms around them as they're just meditating. They can handle it. I don't know if those monks did that, but anyway. Are you 10 minutes late or 40 minutes late? You're 35 minutes late. You're not really late because I just said keep your notification bell on and I will pop up for a snow party. A snow check-in. Hope their dog is okay. I'm sure their dog is fine. It surprises me that people are worried about the monks. They know what they're doing. Anyway, I'm going to read more on ice. I mean the ice that's posing as law enforcement, not the snow and ice. Sword of Truth, Knight of Cups, Six of Pentacles. And I've seen this already, I actually think that the National Guard is going to move in and curb them. Ace of Swords is a Sword of Truth. Yeah, Aloka the dog, really, really sweet. Aloka the dog has a heart on his forehead. You just got here too. You were staying off the internet for a few hours to reduce stress. If you're online, just watch something happy. Oh, did someone give me a donation? Thank you. Oh, yeah, the $5. I actually do feel ice being rained in. I just want you to know. 19 degrees in North Texas. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Send white light to the concentration camp in Texas. It's unbelievable. I'll try not to bring that up too much because it's really, really upsetting. Just pray. Knight of Cups and the Six of... Yeah, I actually feel like... I actually feel like the truth of what ICE is doing is going to be right out there, and I feel like the National Guard, the state National Guards are going to make a difference. Also, the dog is being transported to a small RV. Following the monks, he can walk if he wants to, arrest when he needs to. Hopefully the monks will do the same. I'm sure they will. They have to take breaks to eat. They're burning a lot of calories out there, walking all of that way. I'm sure they're in great shape. How could they not be? Shall we read on the monks? I haven't read on the monks. I don't have any Tibetan-looking tarot cards. That's something I should maybe think about getting. Let's read on the monks. Are you cooking or baking anything today? I might bake some cookies too. Did I tell you my recipe for the easiest peanut butter cookies ever? Let me tell it to you. Gluten-free, if you're gluten-free. 1 cup of peanut butter, chunky is what I like. 1 cup of peanut butter, a cup or less of sugar, and 1 egg. And you just bake them like cookies. Like 12 minutes at 350, I think, or 375. Maybe a little higher. So I'm reading on the monks, and I have, you made a pot of, what is that? Can you translate that? Pozile? Dessert, fresh homemade strawberry jam. Nice. It's okay to have snow days. You can get caught up on things. All right, 3 cards on the monks. 2 feet of snow in New York now? I don't think we have that much. Let me see. I should do that weatherman thing. I should go out there with a ruler. I didn't bring my ruler. I could use a stick. I'm going to do that. In a little while, I'm going to open the door and I'm going to see how much snow we got. Okay, so I see that what the chariots are doing. I have the chariot card. The monks are having an effect on world peace. It's really hard for them though. The Six of Swords is it's hard. They would never show it, but this is hard what they're doing. I think it's hard for them because they're seeing the violence that's unfolded. So yeah, we're having a snow party, Cheryl. How many inches do you have in Maine? Over a foot where Kathy McDonald is. Is it really that much in Massachusetts? I don't think I have that much here. I'm gonna measure it in a little while. I really do feel like the monks are accomplishing their goal, but boy, has it been hard for them. We have 2 Cheryls in the chat, maybe more. The monks need more publicity, in your opinion? Well, all right, let's look at that. You kind of brought me to another topic. Let's look at that. Why would the mainstream media cover something that's positive? That's actually a very good question. Why would the mainstream media cover something positive? That's really a revealing question because I can't see why they would. Apparently, you have over a foot in New Jersey. Apparently, CBS and CNN, which really made me glad that I've changed from PNN, which was riffing off CNN, the name. I heard that they were approaching the story of this citizen that was executed. They were covering it like, talking about his part, his this is making me crazy. His role in his own execution. So the mainstream is they're gaslighting. So I'm gonna actually pull 3 cards about. Well, actually, let me ask for. I was talking about the monks. Is any of the mainstream media, big cable stations that aren't so big anymore, are any of them covering the monks? Maybe one of them did. I'm thinking, the big channels. Well, I know that CBS and NBC, they have like smaller affiliates. Is that what this is referring to? Yeah, the smaller affiliates, but not the big cable. If you see them covering like the big CNN, the big, they're really not that big anymore. I'm going to read on mainstream media. What's going to happen to the mainstream media? I mean, what a slap across the face, and I'm putting that mildly, to not cover what's going on with this the second American citizen being executed. This is not. Yeah, that's what I saw. The local channels are covering the monks. They're like, extensions of the big corporate, like NBC and such. Let's see what mainstream media is going to be doing. I really just feel like it doesn't make any sense for anybody to approach what happened with this execution or the execution of Renee Good. I don't know why they think that it makes sense to be talking about, this is a really important point. I don't see how they think it makes sense to us that even if in a situation, let's just forget about the actual situation. In a situation, if somebody came at law enforcement and they felt threatened, they would never do what they've done to these 2 innocent people. Renee Good and, is it Preddy, his last name? That's how removed I am from the story because it's too traumatizing for me. But I believe that's his last name, and I'll know. And I even made the point, and I made a comment on Adam Mockler's channel, who was covering the story. I think it was Adam or Jack. And I said this: the Oklahoma City bomber, Timothy McVeigh, got due process, and he got to be in prison, sheltered and fed until his execution day, because Oklahoma has the death penalty. I don't know if they still do. But even the Oklahoma City bomber, and for that matter, the Boston Marathon bombers, they were taken in and given due process. So in the case of an actual criminal, that doesn't happen. Right? In the case of an actual criminal, that never happens. You made a huge stock pot of beef veggie soup yesterday? Yeah, it's great to make soup, isn't it? So these mainstream channels that are like, oh, well, you know, well, was he brandishing a gun? Oh, did the ICE officers, did they feel threatened? Even if they did. Arrest, due process, even if law enforcement, and they're not law enforcement, obviously, I hope I don't have to say that. Butternut squash soup, yum. Even in a circumstance where they were dealing with somebody who was dangerous, the very, very last thing they'd ever do, even if the guy had a gun, would be to shoot him, tackle him, and shoot him 10 times. And they took his gun. They're domestic terrorists. So that the mainstream would even approach this in any way, manner, shape, or form as if, oh, we should have an investigation and find out if he was brandishing a gun. What the fucking fuck? What they are is domestic terrorists, and many, many of them were that before they decided to take advantage of this wealthy position that this is why we got to do something about what's going on. And it is going to come from the people. I have 4 cards here, and I'm reading on the mainstream media. Thank you for joining me for the snow party. Mainstream media. Okay, what's happening to the mainstream media is they'll suffer. They will suffer. That looks pretty. Mainstream media will suffer because of the flood of emotions that are coming in. I don't know where they get off thinking that it's a good idea to hide the news, because it's just like, you can't hide the actual news. We don't have only mainstream media. Far from it. So yeah, I feel like the sun is going to shine on all their sins, mainstream media. I have the moon card because the overwhelming emotions of the American people are really going to put the pressure on mainstream media. I mean, and for them, it's the bottom line. I'm glad you appreciate Off the Ledge every morning. That's a commitment. Do it every day. Say their names, Alexa. Well, just understand, Cheryl, that as far as I go, I have kind of avoided the story. I have the gist of it, so I hadn't gotten to the point of knowing his exact name. I do catch up after a little bit. After the trauma I've gotten used to the trauma. So, mainstream media, the Ace of Wands is the truth will prevail. And that's not through mainstream media. I really do think cable is on its way out, and mainstream media too. Let's ask. Let's ask, and then I'll do a snow measure. I should have brought my ruler from downstairs. I don't know where it is at the moment, but I'm going to just use a stick. Is mainstream media going to fail? Yeah, the videos are horrific. That's what I'm saying. I cannot watch them. And I know that some of you are showing up today saying, I'm so traumatized. You know, Don't watch them. It doesn't do you any good at all. It only traumatizes you further. I'm traumatized enough just knowing that it happened. I also can't watch violence on TV of any kind. I'm really sensitive like that. I can't let it go. You heard Congress told Trump and the cabinet to resign or be removed? Yeah, good. Yeah, please don't watch the video of the execution. Why would you want to do that? This isn't like the 1600s where they had public executions and everyone came, and I hope not. This isn't ancient Rome, right? Don't watch it. I have the sense that some people feel like they have to, which is why I'm addressing that. Is mainstream media going to fail? Yes. Good. They deserve it. Because not telling the truth is the equivalent of lying. Right? Same thing. Refusing to tell the truth is lying. You couldn't watch George Floyd either, and you didn't, and good for you. Self-care. It's called self-care. I'm sure you heard me say that I didn't watch 9/11 until months later. I was living in Nashville. I was a spiritual counselor. Way back then I was. And I purposely turned away. Yeah, don't watch the video. Until months had gone by, and then I could look in a more detached way. You watch great leaders like Newsom and Carney, gives you hope. I'm having a hard time listening to Canadian leaders speak because it's just so painful. We'll read on that next. Let's read on, let me change decks. Mary bought me the Fairy Tale Tarot. Let's read the Fairy Tale Tarot. Is it true or false? Resignations, hard to know it's fact. I don't know what resignations you're talking about. If you're just joining us, welcome to the snow party. Rumors that they're building a nice detention center near you in Merrimack, New Hampshire. Okay, so this is what you have to do. We all have to do this. Fight back. Why on God's earth would we allow that? Why are we allowing that? And you know, I understand that we have to protest. Eventually, let's read on that. You want to draw a Celtic tarot? Do you have the Celtic tarot? When 9/11 happened, you were teaching and told the other teachers to turn their TVs off. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to read on the energy of the collective, and I want to say this. Yeah, people around you are mobilizing to protest. Even though we're seeing horrific things, we must still protest. Read on SCOTUS and what they think about Trump's actions. I feel like that there's nothing on the docket for them to really give an opinion on at the present time, but I can look at if there will be. Trying to build a detention center close to you in New Jersey. Yeah, this is insane. Yeah, Rittenhouse was acquitted. Yeah, I remember that. I got that he would be acquitted back then at the time. You know that song? I don't even know who sings it. Power to the people. I should probably look it up. That song doesn't leave my head, and I feel like it's guidance. So I'm going to read on the people. Yeah, you're up to the fight. You've got to fight. Not fighting back is not an option. Was that John Lennon? Doesn't seem like it. Or Or yeah, we have to keep peacefully protesting. We can't let up. This year is the year of courage. I'm reading on We the People. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Please hit the hype button if you see one. 80,000 what? $80,000 to build a detention center. We can't have detention centers. We can't do this. We can't do this. Is that John Lennon, Power to the People? Wow, that's a pretty big slip up for me. I should know that. Okay. One can be totally upset without watching the offing. Yeah, without watching the video. Exactly. Bundy threatened Wells to cough up voter rolls or ICE days, and also children at detention centers protested horrible conditions. Plenty to be upset about. Yeah, there's plenty to be upset about, so don't make it worse. 80,000 people they're building a detention center for? We can't let it happen. That's failure to failure to protest is not an option. But I'm reading on the People. The Wheel of Fortune. Hang on, because these cards are a little bit obscure in terms of, you know, what's what here. Yeah, this is a Wheel of Fortune. So Power to the People. Things are going to start changing. This is about the people. Power to the people. Things will be changing because of the people. I get lots of princes and pages, and that's the people. Because of the people's emotions, the Four of Wands, the people are going to put up like a fortress kind of thing. And then I have the 21 card. This is the Happily Ever After card. So I would say that the people are going to win. When we fight, we win. Thanks. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. I wanted to see what this is. The Happily Ever After card is 21, which is, I should know this by heart. What's wrong with me? It's a little tricky when the cards are really different. It's the second to the last one. It is the Happily Ever After, the world. Okay. I would say that bodes well for us. Now, it's almost an hour, and I'm going to check the snow. We will win. We will win. I mean, I want you to know we're going to win this fight. I want you to know that they are acting so horribly evil and desperate and murderous because they're not winning. And I do see Stephen Miller arrested. I do. I'm looking for something to measure the snow with. Let's see if I... All right. Hang on. Hang on. We have... Exactly. Oh my gosh. It's really blown up. The snow is this... It's all the way to the tippity top. I feel like the weatherman. Love always wins. So, it went exactly to the tippity top. So, is that like a foot? I think that's like a foot. Right? So, we have a foot of snow on the deck. We haven't had a lot of snow the past few years. This is kind of different. All right, who can beat that? That was definitely, that was 12 inches. That had to be. Yeah. Yeah, that was a foot. That was definitely a foot. We're supposed to get 2 feet, I think. I don't know if you guys remember, I remember this because I did a Facebook post back in 2015. In 2015, which was a horrible, horrible time in my life, it was totally surprised I came back from that. But anyway, in 2015, the winter here, we were in this cycle. Does anyone remember this? We were in this, it was like a cycle, and every weekend we had a major snowstorm over 10 years ago. Insane. This is a piece of cake. But do pray for the people that don't have heat and don't have power, and see if you can help somehow. All right. I'm going to, you had a friend in Boston that year. Yeah, New England got pummeled every single weekend. No sooner did you dig out, another like blizzard came in. It was insane. We can handle it. Okay, whole cars were buried in snow. Okay, you remember that. No place to put it. I remember that. They were running out of places to put the snow. It was insane. I'm going to pull 3 cards about us. Let's pull 3 cards about us. Like us here as a collective group of 133 people in the room. Oh, dear guides, do you have any messages for us specifically? I'm getting the message that things will get better, so don't be swayed. Because we're going to see terrible things. We're going to see people being sacrificed, like we're going to see that. But don't let that detract you from that it's because the light is winning. What'd the cards say about us? They should have filled tankers and took it out west for the water shortages. I agree. For us right now, yes, we do have a feeling of that we're suffering. Yes, of course. But this group is mostly women. Are there any men in the... It's mostly women that show up. But what I see here is our group. I'm just reading on our group. Boy, are we powerful women. Boy! We're really powerful women here. I just want you all to know that. That's what the cards are saying. As I'm reading on us, we who are here. And the 6 of Cups. There's a real sense of family here in this group. In this group. There's a real strong sense of family. I know I whine and complain that YouTube hides me. But I have to always remind myself that I have something that most other YouTube channels don't have. I have a group here, and thank you. I can't wait till all this hell that we're in is over, and it will end. Because we're going to have some kind of an event. Me and Kathy Beal, maybe Rosie. Those of us that are in this area. I want you to realize that, like we could all meet. Yeah, this is like the family card. Okay? So reading on our group here, that's what I get. Yes, we go through the pain together, but boy, we recognize our power. Yes, you find me. It's good. Where would I be if you couldn't find me? So, Canada just had the snowstorm. We got at least... Oh, hello, Canadians. We love you. I hope you know we love you. 6 to 8 feet of snow. Minus 40 for 4 days. Oh, well, this is a piece of cake. We can't complain. We love you, Canada. You miss Warren Green? He texted me earlier. He was upset that I didn't tell him when the psychic party is. I was like, why don't you watch my videos? I give him a hard time. He's from New York. He can take it. Yeah, this group is amazing. I just want you to know the amount of power that I'm feeling in these cards about us, about this group here. Ooh, baby, it bowls me over. Oh, thank you for all your good energy. So, I might do a more focused video before the day is over, not live. But I want to thank you for joining me tonight for the snow party. We We have a foot of snow. And tomorrow, I'll measure it again, but I'm going to need a yardstick, and I don't have a yardstick. Search Timmins, Ontario, Canada, December snowstorm. It's on YouTube. Was that, you mean this year? This past year? What? Canada, your drunk friend weather fell down. Please come get him. The winter weather. Okay, so thank you for joining me for the snow party. I may actually record a video and upload it, just going over the news of the day. This was just for us to hang out. I'm going to go finish making my vegetarian chipotle meatballs. I'll let you know how they come out. Dad Joke Thomas doesn't show up because I don't do live streams anymore. This is a rarity. But Church of Spirituality, make sure you watch from today. Yes, I'm glad I had this too. I know that we're all hanging out. We want to feel like we're not alone. You're welcome, Paula. So, Church of Spirituality from today. No, not with lentils, with rice and black beans and garlic and onions and some other stuff. They're probably going to be really good. Yes, I will. I'll share the recipe if it comes out good. And Thursday night we do our live stream, our guided meditation for a healed America. Please do those meditations. Just cue it up to 15 minutes in. That's when it starts. You've got plenty of time to do this stuff and do a lot of prayers and intentions, okay, for our country and for the people that are really, really, really suffering. We will get through this, and we do it together. I mean, look at it this way. It's terrible, and one of the things that's happened are these terrible times is that we have come together. We wouldn't even know each other if it weren't for this evil orange monster. We didn't want to come together, through this, but it's incidental. All right. I'll see you soon. Wait, before I go, somebody's asking a question. Send light to illuminate and drive out the dark. Ice has as much power as you want to give them with your mental energy. All right. I'll do a video later and upload it. Namaste. Thanks for showing up. If you're a member, you have access to all my videos and you can watch them during the snow days. And you can come to the psychic party on the 31st. All right. Hit the join button to choose which level. See you soon. Namaste.